Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Season 7 predictions in terms of the reward cards and the things that are going to be available to be earned and to be grinded in Season 7. So, before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. Taking a look at these Season 6 rewards. Ty Lue was part of the Glitched Festival, so I wouldn't really count him. But Luca, Robert Williams, Rafer Alston, Grant Hill were all level up rewards, as well as obviously Tim Duncan. Moses Malone from Ascension, John Wall from the Pro Pass, and J-Dub from Domination. So basically that's what we're looking at, is level up cards, Ascension, Domination, Pro Pass. That's basically the cards that you're looking at. So really 4 or 5 main names here. For leveling up and things of that nature. But realistically with Ascension, we're probably going to see another card, another name that's just not super duper exciting. That's generally how it goes. I would say Moses Malone was actually probably the best Ascension card we've gotten all year. Before that, it was Isaiah Thomas, who was terrible. Excuse me. Before that was, I believe, Pink Diamond Dominique Wilkins, who wasn't very good. Before that was Pink Diamond Kevin Love, I think was also part of it, which was also, or was Jay Crowder I don't even remember at this point which one was the Ascension on that in Season 3. But realistically, none of them have been good this year. Buddy Hield was one of them. Like, they're just probably not going to be somebody great. I don't even really know who the Ascension card is going to be, but it's probably going to be somebody who's not a huge name and maybe like an okay-ish name, like good player in their life, but likely not great card in 2K. Moses was the best Ascension card we've gotten all year, but I assume we'll probably get, you'll think it'll be 100 overall. That's one of the things that I'm really interested to see with all these Season 7 rewards, is how many of them are 100 overalls and how many of them aren't. Looking at last year's Season 7 content, in like 2K24, I don't believe we were getting 100 overalls with Season 7 stuff quite yet. But the thing is, in Season 7 of last year, I feel like the content in the game was a little bit less advanced at this stage. There were only a couple of it looks like basically everything was, if I'm not mistaken, for Season 7 was Dark Matter last year. So including Point Guard Jokic was the Pro Pass and the regular level 40 last year, but they were Dark Matters, all the rewards and stuff. So this year I think we see a few 100 overall rewards and stuff, so potentially an Ascension 100 overall. I do think Domination will probably get us 100 overall. I hope it's some sort of playoff themed Domination. Do I think it will be? No, not really. Do I have any idea who it will be? Not like confidently. A name that I could see being, if this was 100 overall Domination, this might seem a little not a card you'd really want. If they change his animations, he could be potentially good. But I'm thinking for like a playoff Domination, somebody like either a 100 overall Donovan Mitchell or a 100 overall Tyrese Halliburton would make sense to me. Not saying that that's an incredibly desirable name, because both those guys would be considered undersized. Halliburton less so, but Halliburton's animations have not been very good this year. That being said, redone animations on Tyrese Halliburton could make him an interesting-ish 6'5" point guard. And as 100 overall, he is a card who I think could potentially be pretty good, while also potentially being, I mean, he's not going to be the most desirable name in the world, but he's a name who does feel interconnected somewhat to who I have predicted as a low 40 as well. But I could see Tyrese Halliburton getting a reward somewhere in here. He's been a playoff performer in the past. The Pacers are still alive in the playoffs. Now, the fact that the Pacers are still alive in the playoffs might potentially make it less likely that we get a Tyrese Halliburton card, just because of the potential of him getting like a finals MVP free invincible or something along those lines, if that's the way that 2K winds up doing the invincible. And with the way the playoffs are looking now, with the Cavs getting whooped and Jason Tatum having likely just torn his Achilles and the Celtics being in big trouble, the East is wide open now, and it looks like it's probably gonna be Pacers or Knicks coming out of the East, which obviously isn't what people expected, but we'll see what happens. Either way, I'm predicting Tyrese Halliburton, but I'm also aware that might not be a very good prediction. By the way, if you'll hear noise outside the window, I do apologize. That's just, I don't know what that is, to be totally honest, but I think it's yard work of some sort, and it's loud. They're like right outside my window, so I apologize for that. I think y'all can definitely hear that. With that being said, Moving on to the Pro Pass. Season 6 Pro Pass was John Wall. Not horrible. Season 5 Pro Pass was Austin Reeves, who at the time was actually a legitimately good card. We've gotten some pretty good Pro Pass rewards this year, and also some mad ones. Like Dirk was fine for his time. Bronny wasn't very good. Cat was okay. And who was the Pro Pass in Season 1? Was it Tony Parker? I truly don't even remember. Oh, it was Vince Carter. That's who it was. It's Vince Carter in Season 1. Okay. Pro Pass reward, I hope it's 100 overall at this point. We've had 2 Dark Matters in a row for the Pro Pass. I would hope that's going to be 100 overall. And my prediction for that 100 overall is going to be DeMarcus Cousins. Don't ask me why. I don't really know. It's just the name that came into my mind. A guy who is definitely like was a great player at his peak, would be a interesting name. Somewhat. He's not a pack seller though by any means. Generally his cards aren't that great. He's the type of guy who definitely could be a good card, but he's only what, 6'10", 6'11", so he's a power forward, and he hasn't generally had amazing animations. His jumper that he has on his cards truly isn't that great, but he is 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan, so a really nice animation. DeMarcus Cousins could be a good card. He'd be an interesting Pro Pass reward. He wouldn't be a dominantly top tier best power forward in the game type card, but he'd be a good card, a very usable card, and a pretty high level card in all likelihood. So that's the type of card I could see being a Pro Pass reward for sure. And I also think because of him not being a huge pack selling name, it almost makes more sense for him to be involved in something along the lines of that with the Pro Pass. And I mean, that's kind of been 2K's theme. There's only one real headlining card, it seems like most seasons, maybe like 1 or 2 more potentially, but like Brandon Roy was a really good headlining card. Tim Duncan obviously was best power forward in the game, best card in the game when he first came out. I don't know. D Wade was pretty good. Like there's generally a headliner for level 40. And I am really interested to see who level 40 winds up being this time, because I think 2K will likely continue the theme of a very elite level 40. And the reason that I say that is because people buy level 40 now. And 2K wants people to buy level 40. They're not going to buy level 40 if it's crappy level 40. That is why I have a very, very big prediction as my level 40 guess for Season 7 of my team. And that is either a 100 overall or even potentially an invincible Paul George. I know that is a extremely desirable card, and a lot of people be like, no way 2K is going to give us a card like that for level 40. I actually think they would. They gave us SGA and point guard Jokic back-to-back seasons last year, and didn't they give us a point guard Kareem as well last year from level 40, or was that 2K23? I don't even remember anymore, to be totally honest. But there were some really, really good cards that we've gotten as level 40s the last couple of years, and I don't know. I certainly would be interested to see what the plan is with level 40, but I think Paul George makes sense. He's not in the playoffs right now, so he's probably not going to get another card. He hasn't gotten a card since his Galaxy Opal in Season 4. He would be a huge name, the type of name that people would absolutely buy level 40 for, because they would want that card, they would want him quickly. And I think he'd be a lot of fun to use, and I think he'd be the type of card who would entice people to spend money on level 40, which is kind of what 2K wants, right? So I wouldn't be shocked, to be totally honest. I think we're going to get a good level 40, whoever it is. We'll see if any of my predictions are correct. I think there's a very good chance that none of them are, but just thought I would throw y'all my predictions just kind of off the top of my head. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on my predictions and who you think we might get for level 40 and other Season 7 rewards. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.